Your relationship can't be brittle. It can't be fragile. It must be built to bend. Hello everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome to our daily ritual. I'm Reese Brown with the Cohere Collective, and today we are going to go through our daily ritual to help create some scaffolding for you to put your coherence and purpose onto for your day today. Our theme for the day is the third pillar of coherence, which is the other that manifests as community. Of course, this is just an offered intention. If there's anything else you would like to use in conjunction with this or bring in as a focus, please do. Okay, to get us started, I'm going to light some Palo Santo to cleanse our shared space. And as I do so, slowly begin to deepen your breath. And consider softening your vision or closing your eyes, whatever feels good. As I cleanse this shared space and your breathing gets deeper, tune in to the present moment and to how you're doing. Start with the body and just check in. See if the body has anything to tell you. Maybe you need to shift and get a little bit more comfy, send the breath to a tense area, or have some gratitude for the body, whatever it needs. And then move to the mind. Is there anything the mind has to share with you? Whatever comes up, just notice and let it pass. Like a cloud in the sky, it will in its own time. And then check in with your heart. Does your heart have anything to say here? If it does, just feel it. Just notice it. And know that this is time for you to feel those feels, to think and release those thoughts, to embody ease and gratitude, or whatever else you want this time to be. This is the moment where you give yourself permission to have these next few moments be just for you. Whatever would serve you best. Allow that to come through. Here in a second, I am going to invite you to take a deep breath with me, and if you choose to do so with me, I want you to make it the deepest breath of the day so far. Okay, whenever you're ready, whenever that breathing pattern allows, take that deep breath in. And keep going, keep going. Fill up your lungs and exhale. And tune in to the collective, to everyone that is joining you, joining us here across space and time, sharing this breath and sharing this ritual. Slowly allow your breathing to return to a more comfortable rhythm. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. I love that it's community day and I can hear a soccer game going on outside about this time of day. It sounds like the kids are out of school and they start playing soccer together, and can hear their good screams, their happy screams and laughter and stuff, which is, it's good noise to have. I don't think the mic picks it up, but if it does, that's what it is. I am going to start shuffling our cards for today, and as I do so, I invite you to bring back to mind any intention you may have set at the beginning of this session, but also our collective intention of focusing on the other that manifests as community. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay. Got two. Oh, how interesting. Okay. The first one that popped out, I think, is our main card for today, and then we got another one for flavor. So we'll start with the first card, which is the Ace of Cups in reverse, that depicts a cup with a dove with a little communion wafer diving into it and a few streams of water flowing out. The hand coming out of spirit holding this cup up, and the streams of water floating down into a pond with lily pads and flowers. And the card that we got for flavor is the Tower in reverse. And the Tower depicts a tower that is being struck by lightning at the top. It is crumbling. There are stormy skies. The dome on this tower is falling down, and we have a few people falling down next to it as well. And it's interesting. I almost said this earlier when I was cleansing the Palo Santo, but the neighborhood that I live in Florence is called Santo Spirito. There's like 5 neighborhoods. I kind of think of them as boroughs. But anytime I say Palo Santo, I think Palo Santo Spirito because that's my neighborhood. But also, the Ace of Cups always makes me think of Santo Spirito because the dove with the communion wafer flying down into the cup, the dove is the symbol of Santo Spirito. So when we're thinking about community, today's message is really grounded, I think is what's coming through, right? It's really grounded into reality and into application. Some days are headier than other days, and today is a kind of embodied in it day, if that makes sense. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, this is saying, call into mind gratitude for what you have, right? The first thing that came to mind was no new friends, like no new friends. It's same old goobers that you have in your community. And I think a lot of times when we think about this work of community and like building community, and last week's message had a lot to do with being a good villager, and there's a lot of discourse online right now about like everyone wants community but no one wants to be a villager. And I think that it's important to be a villager, right? It's also important not to think of it as being a villager for building a new community, right? Or for new people, or for generating something new. Start with the community you already have. Start with the people that are already in your life. How do you show up for them as a villager? And are there ways that that can evolve and change? And with the Tower in reverse, this is about fortifying something. This is about revisiting the foundations, and if there are cracks, getting that caulk out, right? Like, it's almost like dusting off the cobwebs too, and saying building community is not, the idea of building community, I think, evokes this idea that it has to be something new, that we're building from the ground up. We're starting with like bare bones materials and starting something new. The work of community is also maintaining, sustaining, evolving with it, right? And I think if we only look at community as something that is to be built, it's not really community, right? Because there is something about community that is like, well, someone you just met last week isn't really community yet, right? You kind of need time and patience to not prove, but instill a trust and a loyalty and a commitment, right? It's like commitment can only be expressed through time. I don't like the word testing, but like almost testing your mettle, right? Like, what is your community strong enough to withstand, and where can you fortify it? One thing that my therapist, who is primarily a relationship counselor, which is funny because that is not what we talk about for me in session, because it's just not in my life right now. But also, having a relationship therapist as your therapist is really great for family relationships, friend relationships, community. It's all the things, but tangent. But she always says, good relationships are built to bend. We know human beings are imperfect. When we exist in relationship, we must exist in imperfect relationship. And that means your relationship can't be brittle. It can't be fragile. It must be built to bend. The best relationships aren't the ones where the couples never fight. I'm telling you that from experience. But they're the ones that do the repair the best, right? It's not in pushing down the inconsistencies and differences and tension. It's in holding the tension together, owning it, and then choosing how to move forward, still together, right? It's like that is kind of the test of strength in a relationship. And I think that expands even to this broader relationship of community. So it's not just about building something new, because also, if you've ever been in a relationship before, there's the honeymoon period, right? That happens with friends too. That happens with new community members. You don't know someone yet, and so we romanticize them in our heads. And it's like, oh my gosh, this person is going to be my new best friend. They are the perfect like companion, or they're going to be the perfect partner, and they've answered every single one of my wildest dreams. And then 3 months later, the oxytocin kind of starts fading a little bit, and the dopamine hits from physical intimacy aren't as rare, and so they're not as strong. And then 6 months later, it's like, oh, you're a real person. Interesting. It goes for your community too. You have to be real people, and that means not just building, not just staying in the honeymoon phase with community. It means fortifying, sustaining. To move into our mantra for today, inspired by the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Tower in reverse, this theme of the other that manifests as community, and anything else that you may have called into today's session, our mantra is going to be, how do we want to phrase this? Our mantra is going to be, I am committed to my community for the long haul. And I want to be clear that this does not mean, anything that goes on, you must stay in this community, right? This is with hopefully the understood, like, only if this isn't like a toxic environment and it is helpful and conducive to everyone's safety, health, and growth in community. But all of that being said, I am committed to my community for the long haul. Here in a moment, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath with me, and on the exhale, we are going to repeat our mantra of I am committed to my community for the long haul. Okay. Whenever you're ready, take that deep breath in. And exhale, repeating, I am committed to my community for the long haul. For our practice today, I kind of want us to build a game plan for how to handle discord or upset in our community. This may just be a self-report, but I do think that we enter into romantic relationships expecting fights and arguments because that's kind of what's presented, right? In society, in media. But we don't really think about having like normal daily, or not daily, but like normal tiffs and disagreements and little tensions that you have to, work through and talk about. And it doesn't have to be this big blowout CTJ conversation every single time it happens either. But that this does happen with friends too. At least when you get to that point of like, oh, we're in it for the long haul. With this game plan, it's kind of like mentally preparing yourself for knowing that disagreements are going to happen. Discord is going to happen. And when it does happen, having not like a break glass in case of emergency, because that's so dramatic, but something that you can fall back on, that it's like, oh, we were prepared for this. This isn't community ending. This isn't relationship wrecking. This is normal. And I've thought about this. I want to handle this with grace, maturity, benefit of the doubt, whatever those things are. So just kind of think about what tools you want to make sure you have equipped. A mechanic doesn't bring he can only bring his toolbox to a job. He doesn't have his whole tool chest, right? So what do you want to kind of have in your toolbox, in your tool belt for community? And make sure that that is equipped and ready. Does that make sense? Does what I'm... Thank you guys for being here today. For listening to me talk about this and for being a part of my community. Truly, I know it's a different community than this other community we're talking about, but it is important to me and it is special, and I do hold so much gratitude for it. If you enjoyed this, I'm so glad. Amazing. Please subscribe or give it a like, and share it with someone else that you think might enjoy it too. I am so grateful for you being here, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow. Our Daily Ritual is a podcast by the Cohere Collective, here to help you build purpose and coherence into your daily routine. Wherever you are listening or watching, please subscribe. Consider leaving us a like, a 5-star rating, a review, a comment down below, sharing this with someone. These are all of the very best ways to support this work and to stay up to date on all of the things that are happening so you don't miss any future coherings. A big thank you to Podington Bear for our Daily Rituals theme music. And as always, I hope you feel like you are living more coherently. Until next time, love.